Hello, we're Malta, and we're going to have a chat about these beautiful little framed tablets which depict paintings by Fra Angelico. So in Italy in about 1860, 70, 80, they were making these things en masse for tourists, grand tourists and ordinary tourists, and they were made for not only believers, they were made for souvenir hunters as well. So the English went, the Spanish, the Italians themselves, the French obviously all flocked over to Florence and Rome, and these are the sort of things that they used to pack away and take back home. So these pictures are showing Fra Angelico angels, which would have been probably murals and church paintings. And the curious thing about some of them is it shows the angels with musical instruments. And this is an angel with a trumpet or a horn. They used to call them trumpets years ago, without the buttons on. So there's angels with musical instruments, and then there's angels without musical instruments. It could be archangels, I suppose. And then you've got a Madonna with a baby Jesus, so that's the biggest one. So there are different sizes. I mean, amongst the ones we've got here, there are 3 sizes. And I think in Florence, they would have had workshops making these things, churning them out, and by chance, one of the pairs we have has got a Florentine label on it, and the other part of the set pair has also a matching label. So they're interesting things, and they're getting quite expensive now. Decoratively, they're outstanding, and the way they make them is they make the picture on a plank of wood, a lozenge of wood or a tablet of wood, and then they get a neo-gothic frame and they pin it together inside. And these frames, being neo-gothic, are reproduction Gothic. So when this was made in, say, 1880, it was a reproduction of a post-medieval neo-Gothic architectural design. So the wonderful things are extremely elaborate and delicate. Unfortunately, they get broken very easily and bits get knocked off and lost. And one of the pairs we had today, delivered from England, they're not from England, not English, they're Italian, but these were in England and they've been sent over. All of these have come from England. And the pair we had delivered today, those are the small ones, I'll get rid of those. One of the pairs has got shortages, meaning bits missing. This pair, which came a month ago, are exactly the same size as the pair that came today from a different place in England. And you can see that they were churning these things out for the visitors. The bits missing are the columns. I've got 1 column, and I've got 4 overall missing, so I need to find 3 more of those, which I won't be able to do, and I won't be able to get anyone to make it. It costs too much money. That's a piece of turned wood on a lathe. I have to put it on a lathe, and they have to move the chisel along at a certain speed to make this barley twist effect. And then on the pine, they have to sand it down. They have to put gesso and rabbit glue together, let it dry, add more, let it dry, add more, let it dry for 10 times. Then they have to add the glue paint bowl, coloured clay and glue, and then they put the gold leaf on. That's real gold leaf, not gold paint. It's too shiny to be gold paint. And so that's not something I can easily find. So I perhaps will relocate that pillar into that space there, so at least they will be symmetrical. And it's possible we could find a dome of gold, a nipple of gold, just to make it look a bit better where the columns are missing, and then this will be a spare for the next time. So these are the Fra Angelicos that I think are really underpriced. They're in Malta for sale. We will sell them individually, we will sell them in 2s or 3s, whatever anyone wants, doesn't matter. I think they are spectacular things. They're very distinctive. There's nothing else like it really. They're so distinctive. And the question is, will they go up in value or not? I think they're going to go up in value quite a lot, these things. Thanks very much for having a look.